this up and we'll start coming in here in any second. We all were just a little early, which was great. Great.
Brad, I'm getting my meal in here. I know you cut off at 7.
Oh yeah, I'm done. I'm done eating for the night. It's been working real good too.
Has it? So you ready?
Yeah, man, I'm talking about I eat so much during during 11 to 7. It's crazy. Then I cut it off. No more.
But that fasting does work. I've done it. Was it 16-hour?
Oh, okay.
Something like that. But
I ain't getting no
anywho.
16 hours now. I just 11 to 7 every day.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It looks like we got a third Danielle in here. What's going on, Miss Danielle? Is that
Too many of us.
That's
Hey, Danny.
That's Daniel. That's a Daniel. Like, what's going on, Daniel? What's going on, Mark? How you doing today? Everybody here? Daniel, is that Daniel or which right here?
Daniel.
What's up, Daniel? How you doing today?
Good.
Nice. Yeah, we're gonna get started here in a second. We're gonna let everybody jump on here, and we're gonna get straight to it, man. Glad to have you in the building.
Thanks.
Mark.
Benjamin, you got it.
Right in the middle.
Somebody got some stuff. What's going on, Miss Hicks? How you doing?
Pretty good. How's it going?
Doing good. Good. Can't talk. All in the house. Okay, great. We got you, Mark. Don't drop the house. Appreciate you. We'll get started here in a little bit. Give everybody about 3 minutes to get in here, and then we'll start rolling. Oh yeah, new office alert, everybody. Just got a whole new office. Yeah, what y'all think? Nice little spot.
That looks big.
Oh yeah, nice. They got a little classroom to it, boardroom to it. Nice. Actually closed the deal today. A new renter.
Was that the first one in the office?
Probably like the fourth one. Yeah, probably like the fourth one. I've been kind of coming in and out, but now I'm just like, all right, I'm locked in. It's hot out there.
Our summer started a month ago, man. It's like humid, tropical.
How hot is it right now?
Probably like 100 or so. It's the humidity that gets you here, you know? It's like you just walk outside and whoosh.
Mark says 107 degrees where he at.
That's Arizona, right?
No, it's burning up. Well, yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Go ahead and get this thing going on. Look like we got some people jumping in now. Let's get this thing started. Jose, I'll let you go first since I know you got a little bit of time today. I'll let you start it off with the intro. Let's go.
Good evening, everyone. How's it going? Okay, I'm actually just now logging in, so I know I've been on here. All right. About myself, 8 years investing at the mobile home. So I do any from wholesale and flip, rehab, moving them. I mean, you name it is one of those. To me, it's always adding one more strategy. So I would say one of the strongest suits is the rehab, which is one of the hardest because it involves you dealing with contractors, handymans, labor, duties, putting budgets on mobile homes, which is huge. A lot of people don't like to start out that way or get involved into that. That would be one of the most lucrative strategies with mobile investing, just because it's an extension of. If you do rentals, you forever have cash flow until you sell it, or you have to evict and start over. Wholesaling is great. Every strategy is great, but I just like to keep strategies that continue to pay. if you will. So I would say that's one of the strongest suits there.
Okay, great. And you want to tell us one of your wild stories? Or what, you know what? We'll double back to you. Let's go on Miss Hicks. Miss Hicks, what's going on?
Hey, so you can call me Danny. I'm here in Florida, and I am more in the financing side of things. I started out, I've wholesaled, I've flipped. I worked for a park owner remotely doing sales in his communities. And then I started doing lending. So I work for Keyhole Connect, a financing company. I could tell you all about seller financing, rent to own, third party financing, any of that, and kind of how to mix all your strategies together and just get it done.
That's great. Miss Ruffin, talk to him.
Hey there, I'm Danielle Ruffin out of the Raleigh-Durham area in North Carolina, and I buy and sell, I fix and I flip. I have my dealers and sales license here in North Carolina. Also do some infill for parks, wholesale. So I started out wholesaling. I've kind of migrated now. I do fix and flips. I'm on number 6, about to do number 7 rehab. Just waiting. I put in an offer, waiting for that. I'm also working with a mobile home park to do infill. The park has 36 pads, and the area can't take anything older than 10 years old. So we've resorted to purchasing brand new mobile homes. So working on that, and I've recently did my first lease to own on a rehab. That was an exit strategy I chose because of the market that those homes were in. So doing a lot of different things, wear a lot of different hats, still learning, but those are some of the things that I do in the space of mobile homes.
Nice, nice. And Big Mark, he over there actually hauling a house right now. So we're gonna let him just do more listening in. If he can jump in, he'll jump in to answer any questions. Just a little bit about myself before I get started. First of all, thank you all for just jumping in here, man. I know time is more than money. We'll really appreciate y'all just taking the time to get in here. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself, and then we'll get into some Q&A. So me, I'm Brad. I'm from South Carolina. I'm right here near the Greenville area. What I focus on is helping park owners sell their homes on rent-to-own financing, which is basically just getting the mobile homes lended on with Keyhole with Danny Hicks. And I do a couple fix and flips. I'm pretty good at that. But my number one strategy is helping you guys with marketing inside the mobile home space. Whether you haven't done no deal, or you're looking to scale up, or you're looking to be able to get your branding together. I actually have a whole YouTube channel built around me selling mobile homes, walking through good mobile homes, walking through the worst of the mobile homes. I even have mobile videos with people falling through floors in mobile homes. So that's just a little bit about me. I do a lot of the marketing, and I do a lot of mobile home lending with Danielle Hicks. So with that being said, not taking up too much of anybody's time, we want to just jump straight into Q&A, add some value to you guys' life. We wanted to see where your brain was at with everything. Did you need help getting started? Did you need help getting to the next part of your chapter of your life with the mobile home investing? Have you done 1 deal, 0 deals, 20 deals? We want to figure that out today, and we want to be able to help you get to the next part. So with that being said, we did have somebody in here, Daniel in here. I don't think he's in here. But Miss Angel, we definitely remember you. You got any questions for today? Or we can lock in with you, and then Kayla will go straight to you after that. And what's going on, Tracy? You doing all right?
So quick question about the Academy. Is there an app to download on your phone for that so I can access it, or do I have to log in directly on the link each time? Like, is there like where you get what I'm asking? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. So they do have an app. Do you have an iPhone or Android?
Android, the best.
Okay. So you'll go to the Play Store, and then you'll download the app. It's called School, SKOOL. You'll download the app, you'll log in, and then you should be able to see all activity.
Okay, cool beans.
Mm-hmm. Good to see you in here today.
Good to be here, man.
Any other questions that you might have right now that's going on with the mobile home investing?
No, not right now. Not right now. I know I did have one for Danny. I know she said she was gonna do a class on SEO. Is that in the works or has that already been done? Did I miss that?
That's
We
more.
haven't-
Go ahead.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet, but I have to get with Brad and we'll set a time for it. In the meantime, I mean, if you want, I can put together like a post that goes over just the real highlights, you know, like basics of it. That way you can kind of get started on your own.
Okay, that sounds good.
And what are you
Thank
doing?
you so
What are you
much.
doing right now to promote yourself?
So this past week, well, as soon as I got off the phone with you guys, you know, I had been using virtual mobile bandit signs a little bit in different groups I was in, but I never thought about putting them in the buy trade sell group. So when Danny said that last week, I went and hit up all the buy trade sell groups. I also, I have been putting out bandit signs as well. And so that's as far as marketing myself, that's where I'm at with that. Virtual bandit signs and regular bandit signs. I haven't gotten to put out as many physical bandit signs as I was like, but I plan on carving out more time to do that over the next couple of weeks.
Now, quick question. Are you actually taking pictures and videos of you actually doing all of this stuff and posting it?
I have not. And you know what? That was funny you should mention that because I was talking to one of my friends this week about that. And I guess what I'm curious about is like, do you use like one of the holding things to help take good video? Because I just feel like it's awkward trying to drive and video. What do you use to kind of?
Yeah. So I use this thing called a DJI Osmo 4, and I could drop that in a chat for everybody to be able to check.
Okay.
So basically the Osmo 4, you can get it on Amazon. I would just get it off of Amazon. I would only get the number 4. But basically, you wanna start doing that. And the reason you want to start doing that, regardless, because it's gonna feel crazy anyway, because in our brain, we want it to look like a Netflix series or something. At the end of the day, it's like, man, just put the word out, even if it's just a quick, hey, I got my bandit sign here. I'm about to get ready to post it up. Or if you're in front of a mobile home, you just let them know, hey, guys, I'm out here searching for mobile homes. If you know anybody looking to sell their mobile home, please give them a call. Give them my number. I'm in the market of being able to buy some mobile homes. Or hey, if you in front of your mobile home that you do got and you ready to sell, you don't have any mobile homes right now, do you?
Do I have any mobile homes right now? No, I'm trying to work a deal with a gentleman, but I don't have any right now. Trying to work out a JV, but I don't have any right now.
No, that's cool. That's all right. Yeah, the big thing that I could think of is you just got to get started, right? And getting the gimbal is gonna help with keeping it clean and looking cool. But at the end of the day, ain't nothing gonna be like you actually just putting up content every day. You know, you want to put content, and that way when people come across your page, they actually be like, oh, okay, this person actually does this. Like, that's the big thing you want to be set up for you. This person actually does this,
Okay, sounds good.
Don't be afraid to be able to put yourself out there. I promise you, it's not as hard as you think. And then the more you put it out there, the more you can focus on making it all sexy and stuff,
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll drop a link to my YouTube so you can just kind of see it. It's nothing special. It's no special edits, nothing. It's just literally just me walking through the mobile homes, and somebody just literally follows me on the camera. And I just talk about how I would talk if I was talking to somebody who I was showing it to them.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Angel. If you got any more questions, we'll jump right back to you in here. It looks like we
All
have
right, thank you.
somebody jump in here. TJ, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing, TJ?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Good to see you in here today, man. You got any questions? Right. Matter of fact, introduce yourself. Let us know where you're from.
I'm from New Jersey.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of working while I'm doing this.
Nah, it's all good. Ain't no better time than now. So tell me a little bit about your mobile home journey right now. Are you brand new to this or you already did it?
Yeah, I'm brand new to this. I had Jose Garcia send me the link to come check it out.
Okay, great, great. Did you come with any questions ready?
No, like I said, I just got it earlier, and at the moment I'm working.
Okay, no, that's totally fine. Any questions you might have had in the back of your head about mobile home investing? Maybe like where to get started?
Not at the moment, to be honest. I'm just, like I said, I'm in the middle of doing paperwork and driving. I'm an over the road truck driver at the moment.
Oh, okay, yeah, ain't too much. We don't want you to do too much now. What you driving? Yeah, so with that being said, TJ, we got a whole community. We definitely love to have you in there. I know Jose I don't know if Jose have told you about it, but I'm pretty sure you probably saw him posting about the mobile homepreneur group. What we do is we help everybody from A to Z with their deals. So yeah, with you being a truck driver, I'm pretty sure you see a lot of mobile homes, huh?
Yeah, out in the country, anywhere near me, it's like an arm and a leg. It's almost as much as houses are.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, it's a lot. That means you see a lot of opportunity, and that's what that means for sure. So yeah, man, we're glad to have you in here, and what you doing the truck driving? When do you actually get off? What type of time do you get to get off?
Right now I'm on a set route. I usually work Monday to Friday.
Okay, so
So
you got the weekend.
I'm home like Friday night, Friday night till Monday.
Okay, so you usually got the weekend to be able to get out here and get active, huh?
I like to. Every other weekend I get my kids.
Okay.
So trying to keep them occupied is a job in itself.
No, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Maybe you might want to think about taking some of that truck driving money and grab you a couple rentals or something like that. Maybe be a nice
Well,
little.
Or even a truck. You can
I
get about
definitely need to.
$8,000 hauling houses.
Yeah,
Every house.
Mark, this is Mark right here. He could tell you a little bit about that. He got his own hauling company for the mobile homes. So if you already know how to drive a truck, I'm pretty sure you can handle this.
Yes, sir.
Mark, you want to
Yeah,
tell him a little bit about it?
Yeah, there's a lot of money in hauling houses, either if you just hook and haul or if you prep them and install them. But there's like I'd say there's three type of moving companies: companies that just transport, just haul, hook and haul, no touch freight. There's companies that prepare them, and then there's companies that install them. Some do all the above, some do only some, and some only do one of each. So a lot of opportunity. Very hard to find. Not that many mobile home movers out there, or even just haulers. So there's a lot of money. If you haul for the factories pay in full up front, up to 11,000 for single wides within 200 miles.
Oh, damn.
So most deliveries, you won't go more than 100 or 200 miles. You'll get at least between $4,000 and $8,000 each delivery. No touch freight, just hook and haul from the factory to usually a mobile home park.
What kind of truck you have to have? A 350?
No, anything. Usually a smaller one. The mobile homes at most are about 25,000 pounds. For a large 16 by 80 single wide, at most will be 28,000 pounds. You can even use like a Kodiak or like a F750, like medium duty truck if you really need to. I like twin screws. Just it's a lot easier to control when you haul a big double wide and the wind gets blowing. It's a lot easier with the extra tires on the ground to hold you down. Feels a lot better in the truck. But they're really light. You could if you needed to. I've seen people hauling with dualies, Dodge dualies. I wouldn't advise it. It's a lot easier to pull than it is to stop. But if in a pinch, you can get it done.
Okay.
He said it's a lot easier to pull than to stop. Oh man. Yeah, TJ, we love to have you in here, man. My boy Mark will be there. He's here to help you set that up from start to finish. If me personally, I'm glad Mark jumped in and said that, because really thinking about it, like, bro, that's like this, just like the easiest slide in. It's like just change it up. And if you only knew how much the demand is for moving homes, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Some of us investors can't even find mobile home movers unless we done spent $20,000 with the movers already.
That's
And
right,
they
because
totally
most
serious.
movers only haul for the factory because the factory pays them upfront in full, no dealing with customers, and they just hook and haul, go to the factory, get paid $8,000, don't have to deal with any customers, and because of that, the factories are usually backed up. I know we have 4 factories here in the Phoenix metro area. Each factory has a storage lot with over 200 homes waiting to be hauled. Not enough drivers, not enough trucks. You know, we start about 4 in the morning. I got 5 trucks going all day. Each truck does about 3 loads a day.
And what area are you in?
Phoenix. So I haul about my company does hauls about 15 trailers a day from the factory, doing over $60,000 every day.
Nice.
Just hauling houses. That's not even including the install or prepping the homes. That's just the hauling from the factory. It doesn't include any other parts of the business.
Gotcha. Do you guys do any other parts of the business? Or you just
We
grab
do,
and
but we
drop?
primarily develop our own land. So anything else that we do on the side to keep guys busy when we're not doing our own land developments. We primarily focus on our own land developments. But we do all the other stuff to keep everybody busy. But yeah, we do everything A to Z.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
We do
TJ.
like mini subdivision land developments, 20 acres of land and then start and develop it all with homes. We do all that. We do a lot of mobile home park repos and bank repos. So we deal with a lot of parks and helping parks get old homes out so they can bring new homes in and everything in between. We even do government contracts for the Department of Defense, the Army Corps, and a lot of power plants that move around their office trailers. So we had, like last year, we had an $8 million Department of Defense contract moving their office trailers between Texas and California at different military bases.
Sweet.
Yeah, TJ, we'll definitely shoot you the link for you to be able to jump inside the community so you can learn more about that. I'm not exactly like we said. I know you just came off of what Jose sent you, so we just wanted to just kind of get a little vibe for what you do, how you do it, and what we feel like will be best for you in the industry. We definitely got all different categories in there. Like I said, me and Danny Hicks, we work a lot with the lending with mobile homes, so helping people get tenants and basically because it's not a lot of financing for it. We got Mark who deal with a lot of moving the mobile homes and understanding that. We got Jose who's the king of the fix and flip. And like I said, we got some good coaches in there. We just added Chris Franco. He's in there teach you more about how to get insurance on your mobile homes, and I'm pretty sure he'll be able to help you with getting financing on the business too. So you got a lot of research.
Yeah, I've met Chris before, I think.
Okay, yeah. So Mr. Franco, yes, sir. So yeah, you like family in here. This is just your first time coming into this Zoom. Well, that's nice, TJ. Any questions you could think of? Anything done popped up in your head before we run to the next person?
Not at the moment, but I'm intrigued to learn more.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Well, hang tight. Kayla, what's up with you?
Hello. So that was a very informative talk there. I didn't know how much money could be, in just and hauling. So that kind of set off my little what would you call it? The little thing where you want to dibble and dabble into everything, but
Your
I'm not
light
gonna
bulb.
shiny object syndrome. But no, we ain't gonna do that because I ain't about that life. So my question is, honestly, just how do you kind of navigate just narrowing down? Like I know like calling the people that own these trailer parks is one thing, but as a person that's looking for their first deal to kind of go at it hard and stay focused, like what is that one thing that you would suggest? Not, and maybe that, but what is that first thing that you would suggest to go hard in and be consistent with?
Can I give a one on this one?
Man, go crazy.
So I do a little bit of absolutely everything, as you guys know, but what I put the most of my own personal energy and try really, really, really hard in more than everything else is evictions, eviction auction, or like basically all evictions end up being auctions, but I treat them like pre-foreclosures. So I go super hard with evictions and basically buy people's trailers for the money that they owe in rent and help them move out without getting an eviction on their record. Each month I do 3 to 5 of those. I go super crazy, super hard, spend all of my efforts on evictions every month, meaning like I will personally stop everything I'm doing and go try to find these people. I have a private investigator and I have a skip tracer to help me find these people. If they're already evicted and no longer in the home, I'll go find where they are now and try to get the paperwork lined up in a contract with them to get the home signed over to me. I'll pay off the liens. I'll stop the auctions. That's where almost most of the biggest amount of my business comes from in terms of like profit margins. You know, being able to lock up these homes for 4,000 in Arizona, homes can be like $120,000 now. So auctions is the only way I can still get 4, 6, 7,000, $8,000 homes that I can sell for 50 to 80,000.
Okay. Okay.
But evictions,
Interesting.
those are the lowest hanging fruit because nobody knows about them. Nobody knows what to do with them. And the parks usually end up with all these homes that people get evicted from because nobody shows up to the auctions.
Got you. So those are actually auction homes. They're not the ones where you go to the where the trailer is, like in the park, and say like
Yes.
who's behind them. Okay, okay, okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And the park usually has to auction them because when the people get evicted, they still own the home. So the park will put a lien on the title and then they'll evict them and they'll have to wait for the home to be abandoned for 30 days to file an abandoned vehicle title, which basically forces that title to go to an auction to satisfy the landlord lien that they put on it for owing the rent.
Got it. Okay. Makes
And that's the only
sense.
way that the park can get like the back, if the park wanted to, that's the only way the park can get back access to the title legally is go through the whole eviction process and then them themselves have to bid on that home at the auction to be able to get the title back. Now, so I always try to get these before the auction to stop this process because some parks don't like to play by the rules and they like to cheat, knowing that people don't know about this and they'll make up stuff and say things and they'll take these homes and they'll never go to auction and then the park ends up with all these homes that aren't done the right way. So I was trying to find them before. Sometimes you can catch these parks in these mess and I've got like about 35 lawsuits that I've beat parks in where I've caught them trying to do stuff and they've had to pay a $7,500 fine on top of the other money I made just because I caught them not following the rules.
And so another question, because I know you the hauler. So when it comes down to ones that were removed or trade in or something to get a newer model home, like what would the amount be if I wanted to negotiate or something? What would the amount be if I go to a place that has these houses, I guess, that people traded in, etc.? Like, how could have you bought any of those?
I have the park pay me to remove them. Even better. So the park pays me $4,500 to take away their old trailers that they don't want so I can bring in new ones for them.
Jeez. Okay.
So the park pays me and then I sell them and then I get paid to deliver the new one from the factory.
That is crazy. Okay.
So on a deal like that, on average, I make like 25 to 30,000 just off of not even, putting any money up, just from the park paying me to get that old one out, and then me selling that old one. And then when I sell it, I usually sell it with delivery and install, so it's a little bit more money. And then I get paid from the factory to deliver the new one. I mean, sometimes I get another company gets the factory haul, or it's whoever's next on the list. But that's how it would work.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So you know what your first steps is, Kayla? Do you need to ask him what's the first step?
So yes, I would like to ask. So he said something about the eviction. So do you go onto the like your county or like the court system website, or what do you do?
That's the main 100% way because anything that goes through a court system, like an eviction, has to get publicized in the newspaper or public notice. So there's a website called Public Notice Ads. There's a sub website from that main website for every state, and it's basically like a keyword search through every newspaper company or newspaper publication in your state, and then it can keyword search through all the classified ads. So if you type in mobile home, it will search through all the newspapers, all the ads, and highlight and pull up all the articles that have anything that says mobile home inside of it. That's one way. Another way is driving through parks and looking for orange stickers. Like when you park in a bad parking spot and they put a tow sticker on your car, They put those on mobile
Mhm.
homes as soon as people are late for their rent. I'll look for those, or if I like talking to those park managers and they're park managers that aren't unfriendly, park managers that are friendly, I'll ask them what they do with their evictions because I can help the park, especially in 55 plus mobile home parks. If somebody passes away, which is big in Arizona because we're a snowbird state, which means people come here from Canada just to live here in the winters. A spouse dies, they never come back to Arizona. They stay in Canada for the rest of their lives and never come back. And they
Mhm.
leave these homes here, and nobody cares about these homes because people are from Canada, Michigan, Wisconsin, wherever. They're just here for the winter. They got super bred. This is like a vacation home that they come golfing in the winter. They don't care about it. None of their family cares about it. And if somebody passes away, the park has to go through this eviction process where so the person passes away, the person owns his home. The park now has to wait for this person to be 30 days late on rent, which is like
Mm.
obviously they're like, why would you got to wait? They're not here anymore, but they have to go through the legal process where they have to wait 30 days. After that 30 days, they have to give them a 30-day notice of eviction. After that 30-day notice of eviction, they have to post them eviction, which means you have to be out in 30 days. After that 30 days, they have to wait another 30 days. So now we're on 4 months for the home to be vacant. Once the home is vacant for 30 days, they can put an article in the newspaper saying that this home is going to abandon auction, which is a 30-day notice prior to the auction. So now we're on month 5. In month 5 comes, the auction comes, then you do the auction, and you have to wait for the paperwork and wait for the paperwork to process through the DMV. It's another 30 days. And then you have to wait for the DMV to mail you a new title. We're talking about 7 to 8 months that this park has to wait for that title to change hands because somebody passed away. And if I work with the parts, I can change that 7 months into 30 days for them to start collecting rent again. I can get somebody else in that home within 30 days for them to start collecting rent on that home instead of them waiting 7 months because they have to go through this whole eviction process. And a lot of parks try to skip those steps. And this is where they get caught up. And that's where I get another $7,500 because I document everything. And
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. So thank you. I don't think we ever met. Thank you for all the information you've shared tonight.
anytime.
Let's take a moment to unload all of that info. Bro, you're the go.com for sure. All right. Hope everybody understand what the saucy is that he kicking right now. Angel, I see you had a question.
Yeah, I wanted to know, does the auction process work the same for every state? Does that process that you described? Because I know, like, I have seen people do, like, videos on buying, like deeds, and people who have behind on their taxes, and it works
Right.
differently for different states.
This
Does
is
the
100%
eviction process,
different because this is personal property. These are vehicles. This
right,
isn't a real property tax auction. So a lot
right,
of the times the sheriff's department would do them alongside HOA auctions, or like where they do condos. So it will not be a part of the real property auction unless your county. It really comes down to the county, but unless your county mixes it with the real property auctions, but still, even then, they usually separate it.
okay,
Some counties don't do it at all. So this is where you probably have to talk to your treasurer or your mobile home division, or even the best place is to ask the park managers what happens during the eviction process, because they can tell you the whole process of what they have to go through. But 9 times out of 10, they have to go through some similar process to this because there's no other way to like regain control of the title. Because you gotta think, imagine you had an RV and you own the RV, but you don't pay the fee at a campground. You still own the RV even if you don't pay the campground. There's nothing that the campground can do to like steal your title to your vehicle unless they go through some type of legal process. And then the eviction process isn't even eviction; it's a landlord lien for rent owed. So it's kind of like a mechanic's lien. It's not even like like an auction. They're not auctioning off the title or the deed itself. They're auctioning off the lien, and then the person who buys that lien automatically like commences the title. It's all like one swift process, all in one.
okay,
But somewhere or another, they go through those steps in some type of order. It just depends on county to county on which. Sometimes it's the county clerk, sometimes it's the county recorder, sometimes it's the sheriff's office, sometimes it's the treasurer's office, sometimes it's the assessor's office. That part right there varies county to county.
Okay. Thank you.
Great question, Angel. Tracy, are you good enough to talk right now, or are we just vibing right now?
No, I am good, bruh. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, I know you on the meds. He said I'm good, bro.
Yeah, well, I was off of narcotics after 24 hours, so that was a bummer.
Everybody, y'all send up good prayers and blessings for Miss Tracy. She doing all right.
Yep, thanks, y'all.
And before you get started, everybody, I just dropped a link in the chat. It's the Facebook Live of this meeting right now. Go ahead and just click that link and share it real quick to your timeline. Do that favor for me right now. All right. Tracy, let's go.
Yeah, so I have a question for Mark. Mark, how much is insurance for like a mobile home moving company?
Well, the moving company and the transport are a little bit different. That's why a lot of companies will separate those three: moving, like meaning hauling, prep, and install, because they're three different types of insurances. So a lot of companies will split those three different things into three different companies. Just transporting and hauling alone, I pay about $1,100 a truck.
Okay. A month?
A month, about
Okay,
13,000
that's not bad. Okay.
for each truck. Now, for the moving and installing, you need about $2 million general liability, which comes
Yeah.
about like 8,000 a year. So that's a
Okay.
lot. That's another reason why a lot of companies will separate them, because if
Separate
you have
it.
your installing business and then you try to add your installing trucks with your moving trucks, now your installing trucks, what could just be regular pickup trucks, are now paying $13,000 a year in insurance when they're not a semi truck, because it's on the same policy, like a fleet policy. So a lot of companies will separate those three avenues into different companies just for the insurance to be separated.
Interesting. Yeah, thank you. And just a kind of a general question, y'all. I have a lady I'm working with who she put down a deposit on a home that is just not going to work out. There's a lien on the home, and then the title can't be transferred, and she's adamant that she wants the title, which I understand because I would too. So since that home fell through, I don't have any other homes under contract. I was wondering, or maybe wanting to get suggestions on the best way to find mobile homes that she's looking for. What I did, I posted in the groups about what I was looking for. I've looked on Facebook Marketplace. I haven't looked on Craigslist.
I got you one better. You can clear that lien with a bonded title. If you apply for a bonded title, 9 times out of 10 it will get that lien cleared for you.
So okay. I messed up the process. When I spoke to my my licensing person in the county, I told him that there was a title, and that messed me up right there because you can't get a bonded title if a title exists. And so that just hurt me right there. And then I couldn't double back and say, well, oh, we lost the title. I mean, that would look too suspicious. You know what I'm saying? Or unless you have other suggestions, I feel like I'd be, kind of shooting myself in the foot, doubling back, saying I lost it.
No, you can't just say that you thought that the person that was selling it, they thought they had the title and they didn't. They told you that they did and they didn't.
Okay.
And now you're gonna have to get it bonded titled because they can't order a duplicate, and the bonded title, other than an abandoned title, but the vehicle's not abandoned, the bonded title would be the best way to go get that.
Okay. I that one is probably still gone. The owner, like, it's taking too long for them, and they have to be out of that park to the beginning of August. So the current landowner, so the land for the whole park has been sold, and so she worked out a deal with them that she wouldn't charge them lot rent if they left at a certain time. So I think they've sold it to somebody else at this point, which I'm okay with because I wasn't comfortable with selling it on bill of sale or selling it with a lien on it. And then that title process is so long, like it's a 68. We couldn't even find the VIN anywhere on the home for the licensing person to come out. So it would have taken a long time. So I think that one has fell through. I learned a lot from it, but I think that was fell through.
Just make
I
sure when
still
you
have a
first start talking
deposit
to
though.
somebody, ask if they
Yeah.
have the title, and if they say yes, just ask for a picture.
Yep. Yep. Lesson learned on that one. Yep. So I
And
still have
Tracy,
my.
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Was Danny?
I was just gonna say, if you are, so it's sounding like, you're definitely gonna need to find a new home. Have you tried, like, that's where I would work on the relationship with some park owners. I'd call them up and, hey, I've got somebody who's, ready to buy. Do you have anything available? And just call all the parks in the area that works for them, and it's gonna be a great way to get your name out there.
Okay. Yeah. I was just talking to Angel about that earlier, Danny. I hate calling parks, but it's like in this situation I have to. Like I got to step out of my comfort zone. I haven't done any deals in parks, y'all. I've had private owners on land, some in parks, but I got the lead from the actual seller themselves. So I haven't had to use parks really. So now I have to really delve into that. So, yep, I hear you loud and clear. I'm going to start on
Well,
that tomorrow.
I can completely empathize. Like, you have no idea. Cold calling people is my least favorite thing to do in the world, and I will put it
Yeah.
off. So, even though it's kind of a necessary evil, but one thing that a workaround I've done, a lot of parks, not about half of them seem to be on social media. If they're on social media, that's where I will message them. And usually, whoever's selling the home in the park, a lot of times, especially, you could tell by reading that description if they're with the park or it's just some random person. If it
Yep.
looks like a park manager wrote it, I'll message them and introduce myself that way. So it's a little less weird about just like randomly calling them.
Yeah. No, good idea. Thank you, Danny. Yeah, I'm going to start
You
doing
you
on
one
that tomorrow.
relationship away from unlimited inventory. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I hope you
Yeah.
can fathom what I just said. One
Yeah, I
relationship.
know. I hear you. I'm
Hey there,
stepping out of it tomorrow. I only have time, so I'm getting up to work on that first thing tomorrow.
hey, Tracy.
Yes. Hey,
Is she
Dan. Yeah.
open to renting or is it just a sale?
But yeah, they want to buy.
They do want to buy. Okay.
They do
Um,
want to buy. But Daniel, what's your suggestion about renting? Maybe it's viable.
okay. Only
Yeah, some ideas.
because the area you're in, like Dudley and Kinston, a lot of the parks do rentals versus resident owned. And calling and establishing relationships. Some of these park owners have multiple parks where they don't necessarily just rent, they may have resident owned. So maybe tapping into some of the parks in the area that do rentals and seeing if they have other parks that are resident owned parks.
Nice, Daniel. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's a good suggestion too. I know that they want to buy, but because they need them so bad, I'll offer that suggestion because you're right. There are a lot of rental opportunities in this area and go from there. So thank you for that. That's awesome.
What you were saying, Jose?
Oh, I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself randomly. No, I've been busy. I do want to jump on here real quick. So Mark was hitting some good notes on there, and I want to add to some of that. So number one of the main reasons I'm not talking as much today is with so many rentals, rental owns, one of the busiest time is the first of the month, which that's a tip for y'all. Never, ever call the park manager or owner between the first of the month and the 10th. You're not gonna make friends at that point because that's when they're dealing with lot rents, late fees, violations, that sort of thing. But the best time to call them are between the 11th and the 16th because at that point they've already handled some of the lot rents, some of the evictions, and they also know who's got to go. So now you can be a problem solving for them. Maybe not so if they have to evict somebody. Nobody likes to go to court. Nobody. I've even heard attorneys say they don't even like to go to court. So what happens is if you can come into a community where somebody's behind, it's all how you pitch it to them. Instead of you evicting them, why don't you let me approach them you know, as a random, I'll buy your mobile home, get rid of them. There has to be no eviction, no harm, no foul kind of thing, and everybody wins. So that's one. Mark was talking about all these tax sales and all the above, and that is good to get homes from tax sales or get them before they go on a tax sale. But one of the things that a lot of wholesalers can also do is go find buyers. So what happens is when they have these tax sales on the court steps every Tuesday of the first of the month, whatever it may be, you need to find out what that county does. And what happens is there's always too many buyers and not enough product. Now, a lot of these investors, they're ready to buy because they have cash. They just didn't get a deal. So this is where you can go as a wholesaler, even before you have inventory, and just kind of sit to a side to see all these people bidding. And when the show is over, basically introduce yourself. Hey, I'm a mobile home investor. I get deals. Maybe this is something you haven't looked into yet, but if you're interested, here is my card. Now you just got you a flock of buyers in that county. So it's not just about selling, but it's also about getting buyers for you. Just one more step on there. There was one more thing I was going to cover. Forgot. Should have made a note. Sorry. Bond titles, that's what it was. I'm seeing it on the notes here. Yeah, some of the bond titles. So it depends on where you're doing the bond titles. I actually had a call with Danielle earlier this morning about something like that. And for instance, here in Georgia, I've done some bond titles that they didn't catch the lien. And basically the way they put it is, so it's not my job to catch the lien. We simply created a bond for you. Well, the problem with that is if a bond agency creates a bond for you, yes, you got all the documents, everything you need, but at the time of the transfer means when you actually take it down to the tag or tax office, they are then going to pull up the lien and say, well, we can't transfer it until you clear that lien. Now, there's ways to clear that lien like Mark was talking about, which is great. But if it's an active, you know, most of the liens we see on mobile homes, they're old, they done got sold. Maybe the lender at the point doesn't even exist anymore, which is good. There's different ways to facilitate that and remove. But if you're talking about a newer lien, or maybe it's been sold, and it's still active, whatever balance that's on there, you're going to have to pay that before you can actually get that bond to go through, or they're not going to put it in your name. So I would say before you do a bond on any mobile home, you want to go ahead and do that as part of your due diligence. Find out that there's no liens. And if it is, you might want to do a little more research on the lien itself before engaging in buying that mobile home or getting a bond title. The end.
Great add-on. Great add-on. For sure. All right. TJ, did you conjure up any questions while you was on here? All right. Anybody else got any more questions that they could think of while everybody's in here locked and loaded? All right. Well, like we said, it looked like everybody else who was in here today was definitely already a part of the family. We appreciate everybody jumping in today. We're gonna go on a super deep dive Q&A Thursday. Be ready for that. Yeah, I know, I understand you driving. TJ, we'll get you the link to be able to join the community. I'll go ahead and shoot that to you so you can be able to become a part of one of us, and we can help you with your change here. And everybody else, come prepared this Thursday for the next Zoom call, so we can go ahead and get you right and move you on to the next step. Tracy, I want to hear about how the calls went. Kayla, I want to hear about how you got everything started. Angel, same thing. I want to see you guys bring some new questions into it, and let's work it out. All right. With that being said, we're going to finish it up now. I appreciate everybody's time, and we're going to go from there. Appreciate y'all.
Sounds
Thank you
good.
so much.
Thanks.
Thank
All right, y'all.
you.